Was it within the reach of the junior agitating doctors to stop the unfaithful event at the Kolkata Medical College? Whether the unfaithful incident was the fault of the agitating doctors? What major mistakes of the protesting doctors led to such an unfaithful incident at the Kolkata Medical College? What drastic steps were not taken by the protesting junior colleague doctors that shook the entire nation? Yes, there were serious and major mistakes on part of junior doctors of the Kolkata Medical College that encouraged the wrongdoers. These grave mistakes were the key factor for the occurrence of the most unpleasant incident. We shall try and unpack all the major issues in the Kolkata case that became a major key factor in the happening of the incident. Friends, in my eyes, the bigger culprit in the Kolkata case are the protesting doctors and the protectors of law, that is, the law enforcing agencies. But when we compare the two, the bigger culprit is identified as the protesting and agitating doctors. Friends, it is a well-known fact that prevention is better than cure. It is also an universal truth that a stitch in time saves nine. When I say that the unimaginable act committed on the lady doctor could have been blocked by all means, I mean it. When I say that it was a bigger involvement of the protesting doctors and a definite involvement of the protectors of law, that is the law enforcing agencies, in the occurrence of such an unimaginable and unpleasant incident that one could ever dream of, I mean it. Now let me tell you how it all happened and why I say that. By now, through various media reports, it is well defined and precisely published that there were massive irregularities at the R.G. Kar Medical College, Kolkata. Not today, but factually prevailed for last many years. We are all aware by now that there were deep-rooted financial irregularities and massive corrupt activities that were an ongoing process at the Kolkata Medical College. It is also now public that the junior doctors, staff, nurses, administrative staff, including the assistant medical superintendent of the college, were victim of corruption and financial irregularity in some way or the other.
बहुत ही करप्टेड आदमी है वो आरजीकर मेडिकल कॉलेज में स्टूडेंट लोगों को फेल कराना, टेंडर ऑर्डर देकर के 20% कमीशन लेना और ये हॉस्टल वगैरह अलॉटमेंट में पैसा लेना और स्टाफ सिलेक्शन कमीशन, मतलब आरजीकर में जो भी काम होता था, पोस्टिंग हो, ट्रांसफर हो, हाउस स्टाफशिप हो, सब जगह वो पैसा खाते थे। सिर्फ यही नहीं, गेस्ट हाउस में जूनियर जो स्टूडेंट है उन लोगों को बैठ करके शराब वगैरह पिलाते थे और उन स्टूडेंट लोगों से आंदोलन भी करवाते थे। मतलब एक माफिया राजा बोल सकते हैं। मैंने अपनी पूरे कैरियर में इतना गंदा इंसान नहीं देखा।
Whether it be irregularity in appointment of a junior doctors, allotment of hostels, award of tenders for various commercial activities in the hospital, every other person who was not a party to the corruption and financial irregularity had either been a prey of some unwanted threat or a victim of some unpleasant incident.
There are complaints about irregularities of a cafeteria, of parking places, of scrap materials, of biomedical waste, of medicines in Arjikar, and also there are complaints about the examination system, the practical examination system and transfer posting of senior doctors.
Who were these complaints given to, sir?
These complaints were given to Shastra Bhavan, to the RTI authority, to governor, all the appealing authorities.
And absolutely no action was taken on any of them?
No, till now no action was taken against Dr. Sandeep Ghosh.
It is also now not hidden that the recent incident that snatched away a talented, meritorious lady doctor from her parents was not the only or first time incident in the hospital. Various media reports talk of this hard fact, of which one published by the DNA News on YouTube that speaks fluently and with perfection in the story that prior to the 9th August 2024 incident, several other such incidents were reported. To my utter surprise, the majority of these cases were tried to be washed away by reporting it as a self-committed injury, like the way it was being manipulated in the instant case. The DNA report further says that the parents and family members of the said victims with full confidence state That victim in no way and for no reason could have ever given self-injury to leave them forever and ever. These cases were reportedly presented by the DNA News as unsolved mysteries. Just watch this small piece of video from the DNA News and then I would further discuss the matter.
कोलकाता के आरजीकर मेडिकल कॉलेज की कहानी अब एक नई ट्रेजेडी के साथ फिर से सामने आई है। द रेप एंड मर्डर केस ऑफ अ 31-year-old डॉक्टर हैज शॉक्ड द होल नेशन। क्या आपको पता है कि ये पहली बार नहीं है जब आरजी कार मेडिकल कॉलेज में किसी तरह की मिस्टीरियस डेथ हुई हो। आज हम बात करेंगे आरजी कार मेडिकल कॉलेज के कुछ अनसॉल्व और मिस्टीरियस केसेस की जो अब तक एक रहस्य बने हुए हैं। इन केसेस में शामिल है एक मेडिकल स्टूडेंट की हैंगिंग केस, एक प्रोफेसर की मिस्टीरियस मौत और कुछ ऐसे इंसिडेंट जो कॉलेज में इंस्टीट्यूशनल नेग्लिजेंस और अकाउंटेबिलिटी के सवालों को उठाते हैं।
Watch the full video. You can go to DNA News and watch the story on how various persons died mysterious deaths which remain unsolved even to this day.
इन रीसेंट ट्रेजेडीज और अनरिजॉल्व केसेस ने आरजी कार मेडिकल कॉलेज के नाम को एक डार्क शैडो के अंदर डाल दिया है। इंस्टीट्यूशनल नेग्लिजेंस और डेथ के प्रॉपर इन्वेस्टिगेशन ना होने के इल्जाम लगाए गए हैं।
Point to be noted here is that how can a case be unsolved for years? But doesn't it seem fishy in nature? But anyway, that's not the subject matter of discussion here, so we come back to the original topic. The point to be noted here is that whether the junior doctors, nurses, other doctors and staff were aware of the previous incidents, whether the junior doctors, nurses, other doctors and staff were aware of the prevailing financial irregularities in the college and hospital for a long time, whether the junior doctors, nurses, other doctors and staff were aware of the prevailing high-level corrupt activities in the college and hospital for a very long time, whether the junior doctors, nurses and other doctors and staff were aware of the threats and warnings that were being given to them at various occasions, whether the junior doctors, nurses, other doctors and staff were aware of the fact that some illegal activity was being carried out by some people in the college, making the young college girls a prey of it, whether the junior doctors, nurses, other doctors and staff were aware of the 40+ complaints submitted to various forums regarding this.
We have heard that vigilance complaints were pending against Dr. Sandeep Ghosh. We have heard one Deputy Super, Mr. Akhtar Ali's complaint. You all know there was other RTIs from different organizations and different doctors. There were many complaints pending against him.
The bigger question that arises here is whether the doctors protesting against Kolkata Medical College incident were not duty bound as a good citizen of this country to have approached the law enforcement agencies and compelled them to initiate immediate action in order to protect the young meritorious doctors who were at the beginning of their career.
These complaints were given to Shastra Bhavan, to the RTI authority, to governor, all the appealing authorities.
And absolutely no action was taken on any of them.
No, till now, no action was taken against Dr. Sandeep Ghosh.
Whether it was not the moral duty of the doctors who are now agitating against the incident to have raised their voices against the ongoing corruption and financial irregularities in the college, whether it was not the moral responsibility of the doctors to have marched on the roads to investigate the 40+ complaints pending disposal and action, and to have forced the law enforcing agencies to have initiated strictest action on the wrongdoers? Was it not the right course of action to have unitedly approached the concerned agencies right then and pressed the matter for hearing and initiating action when the complaints were submitted long back?
उनके अगेंस्ट में कंप्लेन किया था। मैं 2023 साल जुलाई में मैंने कंप्लेन किया था विजिलेंस कमीशन, एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो, शास्त्र भवन हेडक्वार्टर में भी उनका ट्रांसफ़र भी हुआ था, लेकिन वो ट्रांसफ़र ऑर्डर फिर कुछ ही दिनों में रिवॉक हो गया। उनको फिर प्रिंसिपल पोस्ट पे ही दे दिया गया।
In my opinion, the doctors should have unitedly approached the highest governmental body seeking timely action on the 40+ complaints rather than coming out on the roads now to protest against the inhuman act and demanding strictest and toughest punishment for the persons responsible after the incident. Now, after the completion of the incident, any action quick or delayed is certainly not going to bring the young lady doctor back to us who has already left us forever and ever. Which is why I say a stitch in time saves nine. It is always advisable to nip the bud before it blooms. We have to understand that each and every timely action would bring about a fruitful result and sometimes prevent the worst unpleasant situations, as in the instant case. In light of the above facts and circumstances, I appeal to all my fellow citizens, intellectuals, and my countrymen to please unitedly raise your voice against any unlawful act that you come across, but at the right time. Keeping silent and being a mute spectator can simply worsen the situation, as in the instant case. Remember, it is our own country. We all have to play our role in our individual capacity, raise our voices, call for a movement on bigger issues, and make more and more people join the movement. We all must ensure zero tolerance for corruption, irregularities, and discrimination while initiating action on a wrongdoer. Only then our country would prosper and be a developed nation. Remember, silence, in other words, is acceptance. The most disturbing of all issues is that the Vigilance Commission, the Health Ministry, and other law enforcing agencies did not do the needful in time to prevent the unfaithful incident. This was merely due to lack of pressure that needed to be mounted by the doctors to compel these agencies to initiate immediate action to prevent the unpleasant incident. Watch my previous video on what the law enforcing agencies like CVC and Health Ministry were required to do to prevent the unimaginable incident, which they did not, by clicking on the end screen video, delayed probe failures exposed. Namaskar.